Hello and welcome to the McFaddin-Ward House Rose Garden. I'm Ashley, the curator of the museum, and today we're going to be talking about rose pruning. So I have a very special guest who's an expert on that. Her name is Broussard and she's a member of the Golden Triangle Rose Society. So please welcome her.
Good morning. I'm Broussard. I'm from the Golden Triangle Rose Society, and we're here today to try to give you some pointers on how to take care of your roses at this time of the year. It's almost time to prune, and you need a good pair of clean, sharp, bypass pruners. You also need a really good, well-fitting pair of leather gloves, and we advocate disinfecting your pruners. When you have a bush that looks like it may have some disease problems, you want to disinfect with alcohol or Lysol between cuts. If your bush is healthy and it looks like it has no problems, then between bush. When you clean and sharpen your shears, you want to use a product like WD-40 just to, ensure that they're well oiled and, safe from environmental problems. You want to take your canes down to about 1/3 of the way, or we like to leave our HTs, hybrid teas, about 3 feet tall. You want to dispose of those canes, not in a compost pile, but send them off to the landfill. Also, you want to take off all the leaves. Do not leave any leaves on the bushes because it can, overwinter insects and disease. As soon as you've done all that, then you're going to spray with a product like the horticulture oil, and this will kill or smother any overwintering insects or disease problems. As soon as you do that, you're going to fertilize with the product. If you are into organics, this is a really good product that we use in the Golden Triangle Rose Society. After you fertilize, you're going to use about a cup of organic material or the other on each bush around the drip line. After you fertilize, then you want to get a good 2 to 3 inch layer of mulch on the beds. In our area, the things that we usually use, because they're available to us, are leaves. Oak leaves are really good. Pine straw or pine bark mulch. If you're having problems, you might want to have your soil tested. You can get the kits from the Jefferson County Ag Office, and they send it off to Texas A&M, and they will test your soil for you, send you back a report of what you need, if anything.
Good morning. I'm Felix McFarland. I work here at the McFaddin-Ward House Museum, and it's that time of year. It's time for the yearly prune, the big pruning we have on our roses, and unfortunately this year we're doing this because of situations going on with the COVID, and we wanted to reach out to whoever we could about some demonstrations here. You're going to cut quite a bit of the bush back this time of year, and you've got to remember, not only are you cutting the bush back, you want to make sure you give the correct cut and the proper cut where the bush doesn't grow into itself, it grows out, and you don't have all the crossing stems and stuff. So, and you have your bud eyes. You've got to remember to cut above, and that tells you the direction the next stem's going to grow in. We're going to do a cut that we would normally do this time of year. We're going to cut way down. We may cut down to something like that, and even further. You may tweak on it for a week after you cut them down. You go back and see what you missed. But if you have any blooms left, blooms are always pretty. Hopefully you have pretty blooms. This time of year, you still have blooms because we have mild winters usually. But you do not want to leave any blooms on the bush because that top part of the bush needs to come off anyway. While you're doing this and trying to design the bush how you want it to grow, you want to make sure if you see any dead wood, you get all of that off, but you want to cut maybe down to 3-foot level of your bush. This is also another tool that we use when we prune the roses. When your shears are a little bit too small for some of the bigger canes, you want to have a good saw to cut those. But occasionally you need these, especially with the dead wood, because the dead wood doesn't cut easy, so you want to saw it. After you get your bushes cut back to whatever you prefer, but let's go way down, you're ready to go. And in 6 to 8 weeks, you got some beautiful blooms. So finally today, I want to thank Sherry Broussard again for coming out in this unique year we're having, and that she and her other members of the Rose Society have been a tremendous help to me and the McFaddin-Ward House over the years I've been here, and even before that, of helping with the the February cutback. And I want to thank her, give her just a special shout out for showing up. Hopefully everyone has gained something from our little demonstration here. Thank you so much.
If you feel that you don't have a green thumb, you can make your very own paper rose using a template that we have on our website and on social media. So check back for another museum moment.